Hey everybody, Geekling Girl here, and welcome back to my channel, and Merry Christmas! Sorry for the lack of, festivity. I didn't have time to update these animation frames, so, yeah. But yeah. Today I'm going to be redrawing another one of the characters I created when I was 7. And this time around I'm going to be redrawing and redesigning this character. Her name is Clara, and she is from the same universe as Alice, who we redesigned a little while ago. Yeah, she's a Christmas-themed character, so I figured this was fitting. So I hope you all enjoy, and let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to start with a base for this character. So I'm just going to draw a base. With my last one, when I redrew Alice, I made her shorter. This time I think I imagined her being taller. Okay, and for this one she has clearly got a middle part, so go ahead and put that in. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do one of these types of necklines. And for this one, we are actually going to do a dress. And then she's gonna have the 2 braids, because it's kind of a signature thing of hers. Now in her story, I feel like it's kind of like wintry a bit, so like it's winter in her story. So she's probably wearing like a wintry type dress. So maybe if I like had some of that like puffy stuff on the bottom. She needs something for her waist area, but I'm not entirely sure what. For her sleeves, in the original, you can see these little things in her hair. That's actually, that's holly, but when I was younger, I thought that the red one was mistletoe, and it's not. Mistletoe is white, and holly is red. But I'm gonna keep the red, and we're just gonna have it be holly instead. But for the sleeves, I like thought it was like a piece of mistletoe that just covered her shoulder, which honestly isn't very warm. But I could still like kind of keep that a little bit. I could maybe like keep a little bit of the, you know, like I could have it as like a little accent on her shoulder. Those like spiny looking leaves. And maybe we'll kind of incorporate the bottom part of the original where it had just like the little things imitating the berries. Holly berries. Going around, they're kind of like a thing of garland or something. Just so that these spinies aren't all over the place and or like stabbing everything. Especially that hair. Ooh. I would not want to get the hair, you know, untangled from that. And I think I know what I'm gonna do for this skirt. I'm gonna have it kind of bunch up at the top, kind of gathered a bit. And then I'll do a cool like color gradient thing. And these sleeves are gonna go all the way down to her wrists, but you can't see her wrists, so no problem, I'll just leave that. Okay. And then I'm gonna add more holly just up at the top, like a little crown. Just to kind of mimic the original. I don't know entirely about the whole wreath, maybe. We'll see how it looks, and then if we don't like it, we'll change it. I feel like it's too busy up at the top, I think. So we're just gonna do the two on the sides, kind of like in the original. Alright. I think this is pretty good for my base. A lot of the details are gonna be added in with the colors, so I guess I will see you then. Alright, so we are back, and I have got liner now. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started with the base colors. So for the top part, I'm gonna do kind of a dark green color, but I think I want it to be a little bit darker than that. Like that, because I don't think I'm liking this weird lime green thing we've got going on. And now I'm going to also fill in the skirt with the same green, but then I'm gonna do something to it in a second. And we're going to get red, kind of like that, maybe. And we're going to put it on the top of the skirt. Okay, I'll change the color of this red in a second because tis a little bit bright. There we go. Then we're gonna blend it down. Actually gonna make it go a little bit farther down the skirt though. Okay. Blend it down. And then for the bottom part, get a lighter green that I'm gonna blend that into. Okay, the red is looking a tiny bit weird. Let's see. I like the bottom part, I just need to figure out this red a bit. We're gonna add some red on these other spots, the holly, just to kind of tie in that red. And I'm actually gonna have her sleeves fade into this mint color, just to tie that in a little bit more. I'm not too sure about this red. I think I want to maybe incorporate this red in a similar way, but maybe not in that way. Ooh, yeah. I like that. If we had like a really, really light version of this mint green, just like coming up in these little streaks maybe. So now for hair. I know with the last character I did, her hair was originally that color of red, but I chose not to do that color of red. But I think this time I'm probably going to have her hair be a little bit more red than the last one. Still not like super bright red, but more red than the other one. Alright, so I'm gonna do some cleaning up and some shading, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I have finished shading the picture. As you can see, I made her hair a little bit darker and a little bit more red, because I just felt like it went better. But yeah, so I am done with the concept art now, so let's get on to the finished big drawing. So for this drawing, I was kind of confused about what to do with it. I had an idea originally where she was closer up and it was kind of like waist up, but then I decided not to do that because I really wanted to draw the skirt with the sparkles and stuff. So then I kind of had to figure out a pose that would work for that. And I wanted to kind of base the background off of the original, how she was in front of that like fireplace. So I put a fireplace in this one, and I had like the Christmas trees. And so I have her like decorating a Christmas tree. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. Yeah, I had a bit of a hard time with this one, especially because it's the week of Christmas, so obviously, you know, you're super busy. So I really didn't have as much time as I would have liked to do this one, but I still feel like it turned out really good in the end anyway, and I'm still like happy with how it looks. But I was super rushed doing this, so yeah. So I think I've just like committed to doing backgrounds for all of these redraws. So I guess it's good practice. So yeah, I did a whole background on this one, and I'm starting to get better at backgrounds. And I'm feeling better about it. So here I'm just playing with her pose a bit. I do change that arm later because I just felt like it looked a little bit weird, and it just looked a little bit stiff and it didn't seem realistic. But yeah, so now I'm starting the background here. And so I have the fireplace kind of off to the side there. I feel like this fireplace is a lot nicer than the other one that I had drawn before. It's not just cut out of the wall, you know? Yeah, and I thought it was kind of funny in the original how her skin is like that orange color, and so's the fire, so it just kind of looks like she's like merging in with the fire because there's no line art there. But yeah, that was kind of funny. So then I put in the Christmas tree, and I found like with trees, it's like you can't think about it when you're doing when you're doing trees, because if you think about it too much, then it looks too stiff and doesn't look like actual like leaves. So I just kind of like scribble a bit, and I think it works pretty well. So there I'm changing that arm. I played with her hand being open, but then I decided not to do that because it still looked a little bit too stiff, even though I'm kind of sad because that hand did look really good. But it just didn't work. So I closed it a bit and then I had her holding another ornament. So it looked like she's kind of like comparing the ornaments to see which one would be good. So I'm doing the line art for her here. The line art actually went really quickly this time for her. Like, usually I'm like really slow at doing line art, but I did all of her line art in like 14 minutes, which is like really fast for me. I don't know why it was so quick, but I guess I was just in the mojo. And I was actually going to do line art for the background, but as I said, I didn't have a lot of time, so I just kind of cleaned up the sketch a little bit and just called it good, because my sketch for the background was pretty clean, so I felt like it would be okay to kind of just leave it, which it did turn out fine. It looked good in the end, but yeah. So I'm putting in base colors now, color picking off of the original so I can make sure it's accurate. So usually when I do backgrounds, I'll do the background first and then I'll put in the base colors and color in the character, but this time, because I didn't really have like a super clear vision on what I wanted for the background, I put in the colors first for the character so I could just kind of see what worked. The background's lighting changes a little bit, like in the hue a bit. It's a little bit orangey here, but by the end it ended up pretty red. So I kind of just play around with that a bit. So yeah, I did the background and then I did her shading so that I could kind of just understand a little better how her shading would look in context with the rest of the background. Because I want it to look kind of like the fires like illuminating the room. So yeah. Yeah, it's fun doing her dress. Just like the colors and stuff is really fun to do it. I kind of like how it looked better in the concept art though, but I still feel like it turned out pretty good. Yeah, so just adding shading. In a second I'll be adding the sparkles that I love so much. I do like how the sparkles turned out on this one. They look very, very nice. So yeah. Yep, and I actually shaded the bottom part there. I wanted it to look like kind of like those like fluffy parts on like jackets, like those like winter coats that you wear. Not that I ever wear them because I live in like the southern part of, you know, the United States, and it does not really get very cold down here. But, you know, just in general for this drawing, I wanted it to have like a really like cozy feel. That's just kind of very like what I think of when like Christmas, just like this cozy feeling. So there I played around with the background a little bit more. And then I'm doing the fireplace. The fireplace was actually fun to do. I actually have a lot of fun doing fire. It's like a very like fun thing to draw because you just get very loose with it. And yeah, like when I drew the fire in the drawing I did of Lucinda a little while back, that was fun. So yeah. So I put in like the base colors for everything, and then except for the tree, and then I went back and shaded like the fireplace and stuff because I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with the tree yet, so I just procrastinated on that until the end. I really like how the shading on the fireplace turned out. It looks very like it just looks like a fireplace to me. I don't like the bricks and stuff look really nice. Yeah, so I did the shading there. But yeah, in general, this was actually a really fun one to do. I've been wanting to redesign that character for a long time. It was interesting doing this because that character did have the red hair and the greenish eyes, so I kind of had to make sure she didn't look like Spark, because Spark has the red hair and the green eyes. So I just kind of made her hair redder and her eyes darker, and just kind of changed some of her facial features so she just didn't look like Spark. So yeah. I guess I've always had a thing for characters with those colors. But yeah, I think we're about to get to the end here. I'm just adding some final details to the tree. But yeah, she was a super fun character to redraw, especially just to figure out how far I could push it while it still looked like her. But it was fun. It was fun to do this. And adding the shading on the Christmas tree was really fun too. Yeah. So, yeah. And we are done. Hope you have enjoyed watching me redesign Clara, and I hope that you all have a wonderful Christmas and have a wonderful day full of presents and happiness and fun times with your family. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you like what you see, maybe you could stick around for a little while and subscribe to the channel. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful day, and until next time, bye!